it seems to me the difference between this and what she was trying to do to President Trump, there seems to be some there with Letitia James. How do you see it as a legal professional?
Well, I seem to remember back the early days of law school when they defined fraud, going back about, 700 or 800 years into England. It was based on a loss. So I defrauded you. It was a form of theft, right? I said something or I pretended something. I got money from you. So Trump never had a loss. I think it's the first fraud case in the history of English-American law without a loss. Now, hers has a big loss in two ways. First of all, taxes. She got a big break on taxes by falsely claiming she had 2 permanent residences, which, of course, are absurd because during the time, I think she claimed she was a resident of Maryland while she was Attorney General in New York. I don't know if that doesn't disqualify everything she did as Attorney General in New York. Maybe Trump should move for the dismissal of the case because she wasn't an Attorney General. The Attorney General of New York has to have a primary residence in the state of New York, according to the New York Constitution. She had 2 primary residences. That doesn't count. And that ended up in her getting a great deal of money fraudulently. And I think she's going to be tried, if I'm not mistaken, it's not going to be in New York, right? It's going to be in Maryland. So maybe there's a chance that we'll get a fix.
Well, yeah, let's hope that, but of course, remember, she thinks she can live in 2 places at the same time. These are the same people that think that men can have babies. So, I mean, let's leave some room for that. As far as the nuts and bolts of this, Mr. Mayor, are concerned, do you think that this is a good case? I know you probably haven't had time to read the entire complaint, but do you think that it's solid?
It's very solid. It's a question of whether a jury, if you were going to try this in Washington, D.C., you would not win this case. If you try this case in a neutral America, something that's not heavily Republican or Democratic, it's most likely a conviction. I mean, it's as clear as you can. She's clearly guilty. The question will be, does the jury somehow sympathize with her or think she was confused? She claimed primary residences in 2 places. You only can have one, and as a basis of having one in that place, you get either a tax break, or you get a break on the loan, where you get much better favorable terms. She got both, so she cheated both the government and the bank by lying, when in fact she had only 1 primary residence, which by law was New York. So yeah, that's a straight out crime. It's not holding up a bank, it's not shooting somebody, but it's a crime, and also by a phony. I mean, if the jury could hear how often she piously proclaimed about nobody's above the law, well, she clearly is.
I can see the montages being generated now by Newsmax and putting out there. Yeah, maybe some enterprising attorney will actually roll that out in court. Rudy Giuliani, thank you for being, again, Johnny on the spot with some great legal analysis, as always. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.